and it has a test button, so I'm going to test this. And this one, it's not hot anymore because I disconnected it. You do not want to touch the hot line to anything that's a grounded source, or you will get shocked. I'm Isaac Ostrom. Thanks for checking out my videos. Today I'm going to have a little video showing how I install these Gfci protected outlets without turning the power off. I'm going to say that again, without turning the power off. So leave your comments in the section below. Let's hear it. Okay, so here we go. First thing I'm going to do is take out the old outlet. You can see here I have a standard outlet, no Gfci protection on it. And in kitchens and bathrooms, we need to have Gfci protection. So I'm going to go ahead and take the old outlet out and we'll get going. Okay, as I pull the outlet out, one of the first things I need to do is identify which is the hot line coming in and which is the load line going out to the other outlets. So I'll show you here why that's important, because on this side is the line side, and that's the side that's coming from the panel. And on this side with the tape, it even tells you the load terminals under this label are for feeding additional receptacles. So this side goes out to the additional receptacles, which will be Gfci protected off of this outlet. So here we go. I'm going to identify with this test the lines. You push it once and it just is a light, no sound. Push it twice and I get a sound. Okay, so I don't know which one of these is hot because both the terminals are hooked up. So I need to remove those, and I'm going to identify very carefully, because if I touch the hot line, it's going to buzz me. So I'm going to do this very carefully. Okay, so I'm going to touch this very carefully again. So I do not know if that one's hot. So that's the hot one. This one, it's not hot anymore because I disconnected it. So right off the bat, I know which is the hot line coming out. So what I'm going to do is be very careful, because if I were to touch this on anything, if I were to touch this and be grounded, it's going to buzz me and it hurts, and I really don't want to do that. So I'm going to put a wire nut on, and I'll show you what happens if I were to touch this line to any grounded source. I could take this line and watch what happens. I don't want to get shocked. Oh, shit. So yeah, that's what happens if you touch it against metal, so don't do that. If right now is a good time to just go turn the power off. Don't do what I'm doing here. So, anyways. Okay, so we've identified the hot line. No touchy on that guy. You can see what happens when it arcs. It leaves a big black mark. So you do not want to touch the hot line to anything that's a grounded source, or you will get shocked. Now that the power's off, now that the hot line is off, I don't need to be as careful taking these guys out. So I'm going to disconnect the neutral wire. That's funny. I just got a text message vibration on my phone, and it scared me because it's like the same frequency that the electrical is. I've been buzzed by this stuff so many times that I know what it'll feel like. Okay. So let's thank Thomas Edison for putting 120 circuits in our houses instead of DC voltage. It'll hurt, but okay, so we have our hot line coming in. So this line's coming from the panel. It's got a black, a white, and actually a green wire. And then I have a regular Romex with the bare copper. So it's got the bare copper, the white, and the black. So this is one wire, and this is one wire, and then my coppers are screwed together. So again, That's the hot one. Need to identify that. This one is not. So that's what we got going on the box. So what I'm going to do, now I take my GFCI, and I want to hook up everything. I want to hook up this hot wire last, obviously, because I don't want to be working while this is hot, because if you touch the lugs, you're going to get buzzed. So what I'm going to do is hook up the bare copper first. Make sure it's all the way in there. So I got the bare copper. Now I'm going to hook up the additional outlet. So this is going to the additional outlet. That goes on the load side. So it'll say hot wire and white wire. So the hot wire is the black one. And that's going to go in there. Okay. Now the white wire, the same one, this is going to the receptacle. It's going to go on the other side. Hook that one up. Okay, so I have the additional outlet, that's going to the load, that's going to the other outlet, that's hooked up. Now I got to hook up the hot wire. So this is where I got to be careful. So I'm going to hook up the common first because there's nothing on that one. I can touch that one. And we're going to hook that side up. Okay, so this one, let's see. I'm going to try to get everything else out of the way and clear a path, because this guy is going to have to go in there without me touching it, because if I were to touch this, I would get shocked. So I'm going to make sure it's all the way open. And I'm going to take the wire off. So again, I do not want to touch this. Let's put this right here. And let's see, I'm going to put this. I'm shaking because it sketches me out. So there we go. That's tight. Now you're going to see that's hot. That's hot. And whew, voila, okay. That's in there, so I'm going to tighten this sucker up. I'm going to screw it down, and then we're going to test it. Okay, so there you have it. Now we got to find out if it works. So what I'm actually going to do, I have, on the same circuit, I have the under cabinet lights, so I'm going to turn those on, and I'm going to show you what it looks like when you trip the circuit. So, okay, so a GFCI has these buttons on it, has a reset button, and it has a test button. So I'm going to test this, and it goes off. It just turned the lights off. You saw that? I reset it, and everything goes back on. I have my handy tester right here. You can see 2 yellow lights means it's correct, ready to go. It also has a tester. So like I said, remember I said anything downstream from the GFCI will be protected too. You notice this doesn't have, this is not a GFCI outlet, but it's downstream. So watch what happens. That's wired up correct. Watch what happens if I push this little tester button on here. Boom, it turns that off. So let me reset it. Boom, turns back on, and we're good again. I'll do it one more time. Press for test. Turns off. Reset, it's on. So there you have it. I hope you liked the video. Make sure to watch the next video coming up. Click like and subscribe, and share this video with anybody that you think needs encouragement in their job, or maybe they need to switch jobs and get into the trades. Maybe you don't want to do it like I do, but I hope this encourages you. Hope you have fun watching my videos. I love making these videos. I love you guys. We'll see you on the next video.